Hi, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss the SketchUp Offset tool. This is a tool that will take the perimeter framework of a face and take that outline and reduce it into a smaller or larger offset. I can demonstrate here. We're just going to quickly kind of use some of the things we learned, and I'm going to draw a hypothetical patio here on this base map. I'm going to just do something very simple. I'm going to put in a little circle area over here and delete that. Maybe my circle area is a little bit too big, or maybe it's a little bit too close. I'm going to try to move that. But as you can see, I'm attached with the shared lines that we talked about before. So what I'm going to do is make this a group. I'm going to scale this down, holding Control, and scale it from the center. And then I'm going to explode that group. I'm going to delete my original edge here, and I'm going to connect these lines. I usually pull them through, let them overlap, and then just delete the excess. Okay, so I also want to drop a 45-degree angle on this corner. That's going to come, it's going to start 10 feet in. I'm going to do that with my protractor tool, which we haven't talked about. This tool will allow you to draw construction lines by angle. So if I can click on the point where I want my angle to start, and I'm going to draw out straight on that angle, and click again and pull this down, and now if you look down in this VCB box down in the corner here, it's giving me an angle measurement. I can type in there 45, enter, and this has now cut this edge on a 45 degree. Could have also measured this over to the 10-foot mark and just connected those two lines there to create my 45-degree angle. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to represent our border within this shape and within this circle. So what I'm going to do is go to my offset tool, which is this icon here. It's also in the tools menu. It's also defaultly set up to the shortcut F. If you press F on the keyboard, it should bring up your offset tool. The offset tool is self-selecting, similar to the move and rotate and scale tool that we've discussed so far. If there's a closed face, it will select inside of that face, and you can go ahead and click on a point and then scale in. You could also select the face ahead of time. That allows you to be a little more precise and grab, let's say, a corner and scale in. And you know that your border is, say, a 6x9, so we want our offset to be 9 inches. And that's going to create the distinction of our border. We also would want to offset this circle here. A little bit of delay there. Okay. I'm going to offset this circle here, also by 9 inches. I'm going to pull this edge here in, and I want to delete this part. I'm going to go over to the other side, pull this down. I want to delete this. I'm going to actually pull this all the way down, delete this. Now that I've separated this piece of line here, instead of deleting each segment, I'm going to double click on it and select, actually took a triple click, but select that whole curve there and just hit the delete key. So now this is my border here drawn out the way I want it. other thing to note with the scale tool is that it doesn't necessarily require a face underneath the tool in order for it to work. You can scale on a single curve. I can take that curve and just scale that. And it's going to scale by a percentage and get incrementally larger or smaller depending on which direction you go. You can also scale a corner. If you have two edges that are together, you can not scale, offset those similarly, larger or smaller. You can't offset a single line. That's a restriction of the tool, but other than that, you should be able to offset most surfaces. You can offset your offset. You can also do a repeat offset, and I'll show you how that works. If I have two of these shapes here that I want to offset, and I offset the first one and type in my measurement, and let's say I type this in as 36 inches. Now if I deselect and double click in this face, it will automatically assign the last offset value and apply it to this new face. So that's the repeat option with offset, that you can double click and continue to perform that offset. I can do it on any number of surfaces, and it'll just keep remembering the last measurement of what was 3 feet on this particular example. So that's the native offset tool. In the next video, we're going to take a look at an offset plugin tool that's going to allow us to not only offset our surfaces, but it's going to allow us to offset with our brick border already defined. So in the next video, we're going to go over creating a soldier course in SketchUp using a plugin called the Offset on Surface. I'll see you then.